Hello and welcome to Sports Gaming Universe channel here on YouTube, and it is finally out. MLB The Show 16 has been released and we are finally in the new game. Looking at the menu right here, including Road to the Show, and yeah, we're starting up our new Road to the Show today. It is going to be a nod to the past here, and I'll get into that in just a second, but we're bringing it forward with a brand new character. So we're going to go on into the Road to the Show menu, but before we do that, we're going to flash back to MLB 2K11 and Jack Homerman. Played with Jack Homerman, not all that many episodes. I guess it was about 12 episodes or so, but he was beginning a blossoming career with the Colorado Rockies, and we got to the point where the new game was coming out, and so I creatively found a way to get rid of him and start a new character. How did I do that? Well, yeah, the season was over. They lost in the playoffs, and you know what? He went snowboarding because he's in Colorado. He's out there in Aspen or wherever he is, and oh no, a big accident. And, well, long story short, R.I.P. Jack Homerman, gone before his time. It's really the only character I've ever actually killed off that I've had in any of my series. So, yeah, I can't really bring him back, but you know what, though? There is another in the family. Sure, they were struck by tragedy and they had to get over that, and obviously losing Jack Homerman was not easy to deal with, but his younger brother, Jake, is going to be the subject of our Road to the Show this year. Jake is determined to carry on the legacy that his brother started. He was only getting started, just completed that 1 year with the Colorado Rockies after being in the minors for a bit. So promising was his future and cut short. So Jake, following in those footsteps, he's going to wear the familiar number 12 as long as whatever team he ends up on doesn't already have a number 12 that's going to bump him. But yeah, just kind of customizing him out here, giving him a look that was similar, I guess, to Jack Homerman. Although when you were dealing with 2K's player editor, there weren't a whole lot of choices. So, I mean, do we really know what he looked like other than he had kind of long dark hair? Not really. Anyway, I got a suggestion in the comments a couple days ago of one of my Road to the Shows or one of our live streams that I kind of took to heart. And somebody said, well, I'd like to see you do a guy who's more focused on fielding, because sure, I've had my power hitters. Broadway and Meyer are big-time power hitters. Yes, I've had my speedster, my base stealer, my, hit it in the gap and run forever, Skeeter Rabbit. Jack Homerman is going to be a little bit on the speed, but we're going to focus for sure on the fielding. I think if you saw those points I allocated at the start, it was primarily into his fielding and his arm attributes. So that, I think, is a great idea. Kind of go a different route and have a guy that's a different specialty than what we've really done before. So he's going to come to the table here into the Scout Day, the Bowman Scout Day, which is new this year, by the way. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out, and you see where his numbers lie with the scouting report before he hits Scout Day, and that's based just on the attributes that we set him up with in the beginning, and that makes sense because it's higher in the fielding and the arm stats. So you see the scouts are on hand. In previous years, we just had the Amateur Showcase, which was a series of games to see where you get drafted. They still have that, but it's streamlined down to 2 games, and before all that happens, you have the Bowman Scout Day. So it includes running a 60-yard dash, which you don't actually do. I was wondering, is this going to be a mini game we have to do? They show it here in a cutscene that he's running, and I think it's just solely based on his speed attributes, I guess you'd say. Right there, yeah, you see him doing it, or ending up of the running of the 60-yard dash. So that one's out of your control, but you do get to control the hitting evaluation and the fielding evaluation, so hitting comes up first. Now remember, this is not his strong point, not by any means, so this might be a little bit of a struggle on this end, but he does get a hold of a pitch right there. Obviously, the more that you can do during this evaluation time, that bar is going to go in the green, and it's going to benefit your player. You're seeing a couple of my better swings, but he fouled off a lot of pitches here, and just like this one, hit a lot of them down the right field line early on some swings, so he doesn't really get the points he would hope for in that category, but it's, again, not a surprise because that is not where his attributes lie. That lies in the fielding and his arm. So that's where he should excel right here. Now this is interesting. That's a new mechanic that threw me off. That is the Showtime throwing mechanic right there, where you got to kind of line this up and then throw the button combo at the right time. Yeah, that's a little disorienting. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that. I'm giving it a try because I like to check these things out when they add something new in here and bring it to you for a little bit. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to get out of the showcase or out of this part of the deal with that mechanic without switching it back to what we were used to. That's going to conclude Scout Day. That's a cool new feature added in. I kind of like how that works. Gives a fresh take on the draft process, or the pre-draft process, I should say. So you see where we are after Scout Day in the green, as opposed to where we were our baseline coming in. So it looks like we've improved in most areas, or at least held our own. So our draft stock should be rising a little bit because of that, especially in the fielding areas. So now we get to the amateur showcase, which this time around is just 2 games, which is nice. They shortened it by a game. I believe it was 3 last year. And they put the Scout Day in place of one of those extra games. So here comes Jake Homerman to the plate for the first time in our series, and he's going to strike out. Okay, admittedly that's not exactly what we were looking for, but we know hitting is not our strong point right now, so we just want to hold our own in there. What we really want to do is impress in the field. Turning a double play here, they get it started, and they do indeed turn it. So it looks like Homerman's going to be just fine there at second base, as those attributes are already well up there. That's what we chose to put his stock into. So it's 2-0 West team right now, and that's knocked down by the third baseman, but he does not have a play. Everybody's safe, and that is a infield hit for Jake Homerman. I want to call him Jack. It's still in my head, obviously. Jake Homerman. You see the replay here of him making decent contact and getting to first base. So you got to start somewhere, and he'll take the infield hit. Now he's up again in the 5th inning, and he hits this one quite well, actually. Opposite field, deep to left, but it is going to be caught. So just a long fly ball out, and he still just has the 1 hit in this game. We get into the later stages here of this showcase game. As a matter of fact, 9th inning, and a chance for a double play going around the horn. Homerman turns it, and they get out of the inning as this game remains tied. Let's go to extra innings. 10th inning now, and a runner at first. He's taking off, and at first I thought I blasted this out of the ballpark. Got under it a little bit. He does hit it a long way, but it is caught. Another fly ball out. Still looking for his second hit of the game. Is he going to have a chance? Well, 12th inning, still 2-2. And again, he goes opposite field with a little bit of punch, but no, that one not even as deep as the last. He is retired right there as well. Out in the field, and 2 runners on, and get a chance for a double play again. Oh, it took a little time to flip it there, but they do still turn it. And the double play once again ends an inning. Will they have another chance to hit here? No, the Central wins it 3-2. Jake Homerman just 1 for 6, but he did a lot of little things here. You know, you can get attribute points without getting a bunch of hits. Looks like they're actually impressed with him because he got a lot of fielding points. He worked long counts and got points even when he was retired at bat. So it looks like things are even going up farther for him here into the green. And we go to the second of 2 showcase games. And this will be his last chance to dazzle the scouts. Jake Homerman, a switch hitter just like his brother was. That one is going to be knocked down by the shortstop, but he can't field it cleanly. Another infield single for Jake, as he'll be on first base. He eventually finds himself at second now, and that pitch gets away from the catcher. He locates it, but not in time to get Jake Homerman at third base as he alertly moves up 90 feet, dusting himself off there. And now he has a chance to maybe score on a sacrifice fly, waiting for this thing to come down in left field. And here he's taking off. Throws everything he has into that throw, but it's not enough. It's up the line a little bit into foul territory. Jake Homerman scores the run. Nice job getting around the bases. They're down 2-1 in the 4th. When he's up again, and there's his first solid base hit out to center field. Yeah, the other couple were infield single variety, but this one is hit quite well, his second hit of the game, and yeah, he is doing what he can do here. to impress the scouts. Now he's got a chance to turn 2. The flip, he comes across the bag, throwing, and completes that double play. Looking real good there on the turn. We'll take that every time. Move on to further action now. 2-2 in the 8th inning. And this pitch is going to be lined to center field. His 3rd hit of the game. There you go. 3-hit game. And look at this. He's going to 2nd as the runner goes to 3rd. They give him credit for an extra base hit. I don't know if that's right or not, but hey, we'll take it. Jake Homerman will end up with a 3-hit game in a 3-2 loss. But 3 for 4 with a double and a run scored. And yeah, there you go. Turning some heads possibly. Your journey to the MLB draft has come to an end. It's now time to see if those years of hard work will finally pay off. Okay, now here's where I have a question for you guys, and I'm going to throw a poll up here. We got a chance to enter the draft and leave it to fate, or we can select a team. Now, the only reason I'm even considering this is there's been a lot of teams that I've been on already in Road to the Show, and it would be nice to get a fresh start. I'd love to see him follow in the footsteps of his brother and go to the Colorado Rockies. That's a choice. My only real hesitation about the draft is ending up somewhere like Baltimore again, where we've had people be multiple players there in one time. We kind of got some of that straightened out, but, you know, there's some teams that we've definitely had more exposure to than others. So I'm going to let you guys vote. Should we do the draft for Jake Homerman, or should we select a team? I'm just going to tell you, if we do select a team right now, I'm leaning towards the Colorado Rockies. I think it'd be very cool to continue his brother's legacy. That's where I'd go in that way. All right, vote, guys, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and join the SGU team. Subscribe right here on YouTube to get daily videos from SGU, as well as frequent live streaming events. Give us a follow on Twitter for up-to-the-minute information on channel uploads. And last but not least, check out the SGU Facebook page. So what are you waiting for? Join in on the fun today.